Here now with more on the charges filed today against Tyler Robinson. Utah County Prosecutor Jeff Gray. Jeff, thank you. Can we just sum up why these 7 charges and why seek the death penalty?
Well, we charge what the evidence supports. And after we have an exhaustive investigation by our local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies, these are what's supported by the evidence that has been gathered so far. Again, they continue to investigate leads and so forth, but at this time, these are the appropriate charges. As far as the death penalty, under Utah law, the death penalty is not something that is required for all murders, but if there are certain aggravators, then it qualifies for the death penalty. And in this case, in the murder of Charlie Kirk, he put others at great risk of death. Okay, let's talk a little bit. When I read the text messages with the roommate, who apparently was cooperating, I would assume is still cooperating, it sounds like it was premeditated. Drop what you are doing. Look under my keyboard. The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note. I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk. I'm going to take it. That sounds like premeditation to me. If they were to go for an insanity defense, it sounds like he was very aware of every action he was taking, and everything was calculated, planned out to the letter. Yeah, as far as Utah law, premeditation is actually not an element. The question is whether or not the homicide occurred in an intentional or knowing manner. So that will be the question. And the evidence that we set forth in our PC statement is designed to show that there was that intent.
Yeah, let's examine a little bit. The roommate specifically asks, you weren't the one that did it, right? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I am. I'm sorry. I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, interrogated someone in similar clothing. That would, again, he's implicating himself there. That seems pretty damning to me.
Yeah, again, it's supportive of our burden to show probable cause that a crime was committed and that this defendant committed that crime. Ultimately, it will be for a jury to decide. I don't like to comment on the meaning of these texts. We put the information out there in support of our probable cause statement, but down the road, we'll have that opportunity to go to trial, put on our evidence after a judge has reviewed it, make sure that it's admissible, and at that point, it'll go to the jury, and it'll be in their hands to determine exactly what the facts are.
Is it possible, sir, in your view, based on this being an ongoing investigation, that more charges could be possible?
It's certainly possible. I mean, they're following all leads that they have. I'm not privy to all their investigation, but they're continuing to do that. And so if those leads take them to other individuals that may have been involved, then certainly, yes, we would file charges.
I want to go to the court hearing, and I guess he claimed that he was indigent, and the judge couldn't have been more respectful, very professional, I thought. And the judge saying, you have a right to an attorney. I also warned him not to incriminate himself, that he has the right to remain silent, and that if he couldn't afford an attorney, one would be provided. It seems like he will be provided an attorney. Did I glean that right?
Yes. Yes,
a public
precisely.
Defender?
And a public defender, someone appointed that is Rule 8 qualified in Utah, which means that they're qualified and have the skills necessary to defend a death penalty case. So he will receive that, yes.
I'm sure this has shaken the community to the core. I'm sure you have, I know you have tried a lot of cases. You're known to be very good at your job and very thorough. Anything else that you might be able to add, any context you may be able to add in terms of the process by which you go to ensure a fair trial, but also a trial that brings justice?
Yes, I mean, this is obviously just the first stage of the criminal proceedings. He is entitled to a preliminary hearing, and at that preliminary hearing, it'll be our burden to establish probable cause that he committed these crimes. And the purpose of that preliminary hearing is to ensure that we have sufficient evidence to go to a trial. We're confident that we meet that burden, and then we'll proceed with any motions. And you mentioned mental health. I know public defenders, they've already sent in social workers to help determine that. And that's what I want. I want him to have effective assistance of counsel as guaranteed in our Constitution. And, my experience, it's, as an appellate attorney, I've taken 2 cases to the U.S. Supreme Court. It's just as important. Well, not only is it important to obtain a conviction, but a conviction that will withstand scrutiny on appeal. And the major question in that is whether or not he got effective assistance of counsel. But we're committed, and we welcome that burden.
Jeff Gray, we really appreciate your time tonight. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for the hard work you're involved in. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.